Hi New York! Angela, Daily Bite of Health. I'm making my live video talking about the recent movie about health that I watched. What the health? The first thought on my mind after watching this movie while watching this movie was, what the fuck? You know? Because people and doctors who were in the movie, like Neil Barnard, also the guy who is behind nutritionfacts.org, also MD, they were talking about things like sugar has nothing to do with diabetes, and in 1940s some doctor was actually reversing diabetes and heart disease, feeding people sugar, white rice and fruits. After that, I didn't really know what to say. An MD doctor saying to the camera that diabetes has nothing to do with sugar. It's like, I don't even know what it's like. Diabetes is defined as a disease that inability of our body to process blood glucose, blood sugar, because either the body doesn't produce enough insulin to deal with that sugar in blood, or cells do not respond to insulin, and that's why sugar also stays elevated in the blood. So an MD doctor says that sugar has nothing to do with that, actually promoting and saying that people might eat as much sugar in the form of different processed carbs and fruits as they want, and their diabetes will be just fine, when it's proven that it's not the cause. The more sugar people consume, the more refined carbs people have, especially if they, like when they're diabetic, their condition just goes like they can easily die because of that. Stating that fact in the movie can literally kill people who don't know better, who listen to MD doctor talking in the movie about condition. That just shows me how little our doctors might know about nutrition, or they just have their agenda that has nothing to do with public health. So just that one thing just blew my mind. Another thing was, of course, about blaming animal products, all animal products, for all the disease that our modern society has. And researchers behind the movies, of course, did a lot of tests of chicken McNuggets, of hamburgers in McDonald's and other fast food chains, and they somehow forget to mention that there is also grass-fed meat. When cows graze on grass and they walk on farms, or humanely raised chickens that also run around eating insects, grass, and whatever they find, or wild caught fish and other seafood. They put all the animal products under one umbrella, and saying that they found so many carcinogens in all the animal foods that they happen to find in all the fast food chains. And that just also blew my mind. And I'm like, how can you tell such things and disinform people on purpose? Because I really doubt they're not aware of different kinds of animal products. They just want to promote their idea of veganism, that I can understand for ethical reasons, for an unsustainability of a lot of practices of producing animal products, but it doesn't mean that all animal products cause cancer, cause diabetes and obesity. That is not the case at all. If you eat at fast food restaurant, then yeah, that's the cause, but that's not what you should be doing in the first place. And then they start bringing people to the movie, saying that, well, those people reversed their diabetes or obesity or heart disease by eating whole food plant-based diet. Well, excuse me, but if you're eating junk and then you start eating whole foods diet, then of course you're gonna get better. Why didn't they just feed those people sugar and white rice and see how they do with their diabetes and obesity? And why don't they bring people like paleo people who also got off junk food diet and started eating whole foods with animal products, who eliminated all the grain products, all the beans, and yes, dairy that was not good for them, and how they reversed a lot of their conditions, and how a lot of people are gluten sensitive or gluten intolerant, and how they thrive on diet full of vegetables, whole foods, and yes, animal products of good quality. Why didn't they bring those people? It's just the movie. I was just surprised to see some MD doctors who I admired and I respected in the movie saying such lies to people, and they either really know very little about nutrition, or they just so eager to promote their like plant-based diet idea that they ready to harm health of so many unaware of nutrition and biochemistry food. Another thing in the movie that blew my mind, in the movie they said that, you know, meat or animal products are promoted by the government and people consume a lot of them, and that's why as a society we ended up with all these metabolic diseases, obesity, diabetes, and autoimmune conditions, and all kind of inflammation related conditions. But they forget to mention that at the so the piece about food pyramid. So in the movie they forget to mention that at the base of modern food pyramid that has been with us for a while are grains, corn, whole grains, cereals, you know, all kinds of grain-based, full of processed carbs product, and that's what people are eating for breakfast. All the pizza, all the pastas, all the cereals that people feed their kids, all the products that have so much sugar, it's at the base of the pyramid. That's what's being promoted. That's what people been eating. The meat is like on the third or fourth level usually. So why do they go so far as to lie about that meat is at the base of food pyramid when it's not, and it has never been? Mind-blowing. Anyway, so the movie is such a bullshit movie that a lot of people who I talk to who know things about nutrition actually, they just like couldn't even finish watching it because it's just such nonsense. But I did, so I could, you know, talk about that. And when I tell people about like diabetes fact that they say in the movie that sugar is good, you know, for treating diabetes, like then people just curious to watch the whole movie because just this fact coming from MD doctors, it's something. Well, if you haven't watched the movie, just watch what can propaganda-driven medical professionals can tell to the camera when their only agenda is to promote their idea, not the health of the population. So I'm gonna make a blog about it on Create Yourself that today, right now, and gonna be published a little bit later. If you wanna be on my list of subscribers to receive all these videos and different reviews of different movies and books and other interesting stuff going on in health, nutrition, food movement, then go to createyourself.today, subscribe, and you'll get all the news, exciting and, you know, mind-blowing stuff like this, what the health movie. Createyourself.today, my blog, and have a beautiful rest of the day, and stay healthy, educate yourself, and be smart, because even medical professionals can say the stupidest thing ever. Thank you all for watching. If you have questions, comments, post them as always below.